Hi, what's going on YouTube? My name is Rose and you're on with Powder TV. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Now that I've 100%ed Hogwarts Legacy, I can talk about the positives and what needs to be improved upon. I've made a list of 10 things I'd like to see improved, or at least see in the future game or DLC. Hogwarts Legacy has been a game people have waited years for, including myself. Hogwarts Legacy is for the individuals who fell in love with the wizarding world and wanted more from it, who wanted to immerse themselves in magic. This game exceeded my expectations and absolutely wowed me with its beauty. But that doesn't mean it's perfect, and I never expected it to be. So with that being said, let's talk about replayability. A game's ability to be played more than once, I would say, is pretty important. Why? Because you don't want to be eating stale chips, so to speak. I want to talk about quests in-game. Hogwarts Legacy gives you the choice to choose from 4 different houses, and that means it could have had the potential to have the quests be different depending on the house that you are in. And as far as I've learned, there's only one quest that is different among the houses. Just one out of many. I love that there is variety among the houses and the common rooms, but that's not enough to keep me coming back for more when I've spent hours completing every single quest, and just to do it all again seems a little redundant and, quite frankly, not worth it. I just want to keep coming back and playing for longer, you know? Another factor of replayability are the choices that we got to make in game. When you're making a story and you allow the player to choose options, but those options don't matter or have a major impact on the main storyline, then why is it there? It gives the illusion of choice when it's actually irrelevant, and it shouldn't be. There is one choice at the very end that matters slightly, but it's so insignificant that it's not even worth mentioning because none of the other choices you made in the game matter. Next, I enjoy variety. I do. And I don't like hearing the same person say the same thing over and over and over and over. You get the point. Like Ignatia Wildsmith, for example.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Shut the fuck up!
I feel like it just lacks creativity there. And why are we not able to speak back or have an automated response that coincides with our personality? If it talks, then we should be able to talk back. If the choices aren't going to matter, then at least give us more options to talk to the NPCs, right? I think something cool that could have been implemented is like a personality test, right? Because we don't know anything about our character. Imagine we take a personality test and that determines what our automated response in the game would be towards NPCs, towards the teachers, anybody. Let's talk about spells. How many spells do we see in the game? We've got Revelio, Lumos, Expelliarmus, The Unforgivables, Levioso, and Wingardium Leviosa, Reparo, the Conjuring spells for the Room of Requirement. But what about Expecto Patronum? What about Lumos Maxima or Epixi? And what about Arania Exime for the spiders?
Arania, Exime!
It's not a complete disappointment. I just feel like they could have given us a larger list. That's it. Which actually leads me to the spell Alohomora. Can we just talk about this mechanic that they input? I mean, Alohomora automatically unlocks what can be unlocked. We don't need an extra mechanic to show that. I had to open over 45 chests doing this mechanic, which quite frankly is a waste of my time when I know it just doesn't need to be that long. And it's not something that takes a long time, but you have to do it over and over and over and over for not thousands, I'm exaggerating, but there were hundreds of chests that we had to open. It was something that was tedious and annoying, and if I could get rid of it, I would. I would have much rather liked to use that time spent on another quest or finding more treasure. Anything else would have had more value. I'm a nerd. I like homework. I like going to class, all that jazz. Why are the classes so short? I mean, they were quick montages, like that lasted 3 seconds. I mean, in the blink of an eye, it was done. Class was over. And we had to go talk to the teacher at the end. That was quick as well. And I just kept thinking, wow, that's it? Like, I want homework. I want to be tested in my abilities. I want quizzes, random quizzes throughout the day. There's a character that you go to in the library and they quiz you on Wizarding World lore. And I thought that was really cool. I want more of that. But I wanted that in the classroom, not something that you have to go find randomly in the library. I think what I actually wanted was a Hogwarts simulator, but I would have actually enjoyed going to Defense Against the Dark Arts and just sitting there listening to an entire lecture. Then they would quiz you after class to see if you were actually paying attention. For me, that's just more fun. I mean, think about how much more value that adds to your time. Let's talk about Headmaster Black for a second. I know he's supposed to be a prick and he doesn't care and he has like this attitude, but why cancel Quidditch? Quidditch is one of like the main core extracurricular activities at Hogwarts, and I would have really enjoyed getting in some competition. You know, like the time trials that we got to do were great, but competing against another team, getting to wear the Quidditch robes, like that would have just been icing on the cake for me, and they did not include that. Kind of a letdown, honestly. Maybe instead of giving us an extra mechanic where we lockpick, we could get Quidditch. I would have very much preferred that. I really loved the first potions class where we got to actually make it, and every other time after that was automated, or you had to go buy a recipe and you already knew it, and that took the immersion out for me. At least let us learn it and make it with every new potion. Why weren't we learning spells with our respective teachers who teach those specific spells, right? Like we were going to random teachers to learn charms, like Wingardium Leviosa, who wasn't taught by the charms teacher. Like we were taught by someone else. And we were in the game for more than a month story-wise. I think we could have learned to make Polyjuice Potion. That would have been so rewarding. One of the things I really like about Hogwarts Legacy is exploration, getting to see the world that they built, right? So they built this beautiful world, but we can't even see what's underwater. Like we can't see the Black Lake or the Mer People or the Grindylows. Like where are they at? They're part of the lore too. Or like when we get to dive to go to another cave, instead of having it dip to black and have that transition, I would actually like to be able to see what's underwater or where we're going or where we're diving. Those are just the improvements I have. Let's talk about what absolutely blew me away in this game. The combat is absolutely phenomenal. I can't even. It's magical. You feel really, really cool casting these spells. First time I cast Crucio, I was like, yo, excuse me? It was so cool. It was so cool. I was really tempted, and I didn't want to wait until my second playthrough. I just kind of used it. You know, it was really fun. The combat is absolutely phenomenal. I loved it. Once you fix those default camera settings and you get to moving around really smoothly, everything it's smooth, it's fluid. There's fluid movement and I love it. Also, if you didn't know, really cool combo is Levioso with Descendo afterward. Oh my god, major damage if you didn't know. But I also love how much they gave us to do. Like the Merlin trials, the astronomy tables, all of the treasure vaults, which honestly I haven't been to all of them, but like on the journal it does say 100% across the board, but I still have treasure vaults to explore. The time trials, finding ancient magic traces, acquiring the collectibles for the room of requirement, helping out strangers, getting to use disillusionment spell to sneak around. The exploration portion of this game is to die for. If I could obliviate myself and go back and play it again for the first time, I would. The graphics were so beautiful. I was in awe the entire game. I would fly around and just take in every detail that they put in this game. I really love how big the castle is too. There's secret passageways, and honestly it's kind of fun if you go around like to the courtyard and you hang out and listen to what the NPCs are saying. They say some crazy stuff. Just hang around and listen. You'll see what I'm saying.
A garlic didn't do a thing.
It's not the written exam that worries me with herbology, it's the practical.
Thought I'd impress Garlic by showing her my Mimbleless Mimbletonia.
I want to talk about the Haunted Hogsmeade quest really quick because that was really fun, really unexpected, and I want more quests like that versus going and helping somebody find a lost Niffler. If you know, once you play through it, you'll see what I mean, but it's just not as fun. Count how many times I said fun. I also have an entire video dedicated to the Haunted Hogsmeade quest. If you don't want to be spoiled, I completely understand, and let me know what you think of the quest once you get around to it. There were a lot of puzzles to solve in this game, and I'm really into puzzle solving. However, there were a few that got me and I could not solve them alone. I did end up going to Google. I did. I'm not sorry. A little sorry. Just a little. But I really needed help. Like, I just couldn't. This game just brought so much nostalgia, and I enjoyed playing absolutely every minute. Again, everything I said is a personal opinion of what I wish was included and what I hope to see. Let me know what you agree or disagree with. I'm interested in knowing. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications to stay updated and to see more content like this.